The floodwater continues to rise here in the metro. I'll show you some of the homes now surrounded by that water.
Water rescues ongoing throughout the day.
I kept dipping my fingers in there for a while to see if it was rising up.
A little boy talks to me about how he was rescued.
The major tornado threat might be over for now. The new threat moving in tomorrow.
Live, local, late breaking. This is KOCO 5 News at 6.
Oklahoma devastated by flooding tonight. Sky 5 flying live over Guthrie right now. Thanks for being here. I'm Jessica Shambach.
I'm Evan Onstop. We're going to get to Sky 5 in a few moments to talk about that flooding. But right now, let's get to our co-anchor, Abigail Ogle, in the field in El Reno tonight. And Abby, everywhere you look, there's water.
Jess, Evan, yeah, you can say that again. I mean, just look. It's like rushing over my feet. Tons of water, not going anywhere. I don't know if you can hear it, but it sounds like rapids. And this water, too, by the way, very, very cold. Very dangerous, too, for people living. Look at this house here. These people have been stuck in their house since yesterday. I just spoke to the son. He came to check on his mother and 97-year-old grandmother. Thankfully, they're okay. They're okay because they stayed inside, but we know a lot of people didn't. Drivers getting out, driving into these floodwaters. And this, this puts the lives of first responders at risk who have to get out there and help these people. I want to show you just a few of these dangerous situations that happened today. You are seeing 6 caught by our cameras, and many of them were here in El Reno where we are tonight. We talked to the El Reno Fire Department. They tell us at one time there were 43 water rescues. The Oklahoma City Fire Department says they might have worked 22 rescue calls all since midnight. Also, Sky 5 has been up showing you these images and tracking this flooding. I want to send it up to Sky 5 pilot Chase Rutledge. Chase, I believe you were in the Guthrie, Logan County area. I was actually live there just a couple of weeks ago covering the flooding at the Cimarron River. So these guys have already been slammed and now they're dealing with this too. What's going on there?
Yeah, I can tell you what, Abigail, we were up here this morning briefly, and what you're seeing right now, none of this was underwater. So all of this has happened just in the past few hours, and Highway 33 that runs through Guthrie from east side to west side, it's closed down. It's impassable. And I want to show you this. Off to the east of us here, there's a nursery here in Guthrie. It's completely underwater. So there's going to be another recovery effort here in the Guthrie area, and I can tell you they've already shut down Highway 77. That's what you were covering a couple of weeks ago. The floodwaters are over Highway 77, so they've shut it down. That's another impact to the people here in Guthrie. Reporting live from Sky 5, I'm Chase Rutledge. Back to you.
Sky 5 pilot Chase Rutledge, thank you. Quickly, this is how they're having to travel here in Canadian County. Look at this. This is the son I was telling you about who drove his tractor to check on his mother and grandmother. Yeah, it takes some big wheels to go through. There he goes. They're staying safe. Woo! Also, he gave me an update too on his cattle and his horses. We'll tell you about that in just a second. But also, the only other people who should be getting out in this are those first responders, people who need their help. KOCO's Jason Hackett spoke to some of those rescuers who were out today saving lives.
Well, this is what residents here in El Reno had to deal with today. Floodwaters surrounding their homes, leaving them trapped inside. Luckily, first responders were there to help. A grandmother forever grateful.
It's scary. Scary, especially when you got grandbabies.
And a group of first responders forever humble.
We don't look for any praise of it, and the reward is being able to help somebody.
Rising waters creating this urgent situation in El Reno. We were there by air in Sky 5 and by ground as crews attempted the daring rescue. Tammy and her family surrounded by water, waiting, hoping, and praying.
When are they gonna get here? You hear the choppers and you're like, come on.
When they saw you arrive at their front door, what did they say to you?
Oh, they're pretty excited. And then they had the TV on, so you look over and you see yourself. So they were watching you guys watch us.
They don't consider themselves heroes, but they were certainly there to save the day. In El Reno, Jason Hackett, KOCO 5 News.
A big thank you to all of the first responders today. We'll get back out live to Abby in El Reno, and this is what she has been seeing out there. Homes. I mean, look at all of the water around this home. Again, this was in El Reno as well.
These images obviously coming from Sky 5, flying over that scene this morning. And in many cases, we're told that the river levels are going to get worse before they get better. And that high water really threatened people in Deer Creek as well. Sky 5 flying above this near Northwest 178th and Council.
Well, a 9-year-old boy and his dad had to be rescued only on 5. KOCO's Christine Stanwood was on the ground and spoke to that little boy and his father, who were helped out by first responders.
Thankfully, 9-year-old Gabriel was okay, but still a scary morning for him and his family.
It was like scary.
The engine shut down and we were stranded.
The Sanchez family happy to have their feet on dry ground.
Are you okay? Have you ever been through anything like that before?
No.
Rushing water.
We saw some vehicles go through, and when we went through, the waters got really high and submerged my vehicle.
Filling up their vehicle.
It just happened so quickly, it was like too late.
Did you see any water?
A lot.
They called 911.
I kept like dipping my fingers in there for a while to see if it was like rising up.
Thankfully, Gabriel Jr. was prepared.
Do you know how to swim?
Yes, I know how to doggy paddle.
The Sanchez family now dealing with a totaled car.
You feel okay now? Yeah.
Thankful for those who saved him.
They said we were going to be safe.
Do you feel safe?
Yes.
Now he just needs some dry shoes.
We just want to say thank you to them and everybody that helped to get us back home safely.
In Oklahoma County,
thank you.
Christine Stanwood, KOCO 5 News.
Glad they're okay. The Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office also sharing some flooding pictures. Some of these roads are near where that family was rescued. Roads in that area closed tonight. And if you'd like to see the list of metro roads that are closed because of flooding, download the KOCO mobile news app. It's a free app, and we have that information for you there.
Live, local, late breaking. This is KOCO 5 News at 6 with Marky Martin, Maggie Carlo, and meteorologist Shelby Hayes.
Happening today, teachers are heading back to the state capitol. And today marks the second day of this historic walkout. Tens of thousands of educators look at these shots from Sky 5. You know, parents joined as well, community members. They flooded the Capitol on Monday. Just unbelievable video that Sky 5 captured. Dozens of districts closed again today as teachers march. And with kids out of school, working parents need help with childcare. Many churches and organizations showing their support by doing what they can to take care of those kids.
So Henderson Hills Baptist Church is one of those opening its doors. Volunteers say not all of those kids that showed up on Monday were church members. They say that speaks to the need for childcare during this walkout, and parents say they're just thankful to all of those organizations for their help.
It was such a blessing to have a place to bring them that I knew I could trust, a place that was safe, and just give them support and care while I could go take care of them up at the Capitol.
Many of those camps still have room open for those heading to the Capitol or for those who need a place for their kids to go while they're at work. We will have crews out at the Capitol following the progress of this continuing story. They're already there now. We'll check back in with our crews, Alex and Russell, in just a few minutes. But we do want to make sure first that you have that KOCO mobile news app, because it has a full list of resources available to parents like the one that we just mentioned.
You're watching KOCO 5. Breaking news is happening now.
We are following a lot of breaking news. We're about to get to it, but first have to say good morning to Oklahoma. It is 6:30 on your Friday. I'm Marky Martin.
And I'm Maggie Carlo. We are covering several breaking news stories this morning. We have a shooting on the southwest side. That is where KOCO's Russell Jones is, and the state capitol, where the teacher walkout is officially over. We're also tracking thunderstorms and, of course, the wildfires raging in western Oklahoma. Let's get over right now to meteorologist Shelby Hayes. Shelby, this is a historic day, a historic fire danger day, something we haven't seen the likes of.
No, something you don't want to hear. We talk about fire danger a lot. We've talked about it a lot this week.
Shelby, just in overnight, if you live in this area that is burning, a traffic alert for you. Highway 60 is closed near the town of Visai all the way over to Highway 183. Just keep this in mind. This is because of those wildfires.
Look at that. Oh my goodness.
And you just saw the live streams from Shane and Buck, the wildfires going on right now. This, and you just heard field meteorologist Michael Armstrong, this was on Thursday, and you just see, you know, these silhouettes of, there were some deer standing in front of the flames, some other kind of livestock. Overnight, the town of Mutual was actually evacuated. There are shelters being set up in northwest Oklahoma for those that have had to leave their homes.
The latest update from the Oklahoma Forestry Services says more than 100,000 acres have burned. That number only going up from here. 135,000 is the latest that we have heard. We can tell you there's one person missing right now. 4 men went hunting in the Lenora area. One of those men now missing. Right now, crews still out searching for him. Officials sent out a helicopter with infrared capabilities to search for him overnight. So once we get any sort of update, we'll relay that to you here on air.
And want to show you this video. Look at these flames. I mean, just burning there to the left-hand side of your screen. This was actually in Guthrie, so way far, south and east of where our guys are this morning. But Sky 5 was flying over the scene when some trees went up in flames. This was near Anderson Road and Forest Hills Road. And then right across the street from that fire, there were some horses that were panicking. As that smoke came back towards them, you kind of see them running around in their corral. They're clearly bothered by that smoke and that, what could have been imminent fire coming their way. The folks there on that ranch then brought in some trailers, loaded up some of the livestock there, kind of got them out of that area. As again, that smoke was blowing, and certainly, the animals know. They know something is way wrong.
And a lot of them, too, have been blinded by this.
Right.
And lots of farmers,
smoke.
ranchers have lost head of cattle. This was late last night. This was after 11 o'clock. And this is what we're talking about here. Meteorologist Michael Armstrong,
step out of the way,
in First Alert Storm Command out near Mutual. And don't you want to just cut down that fence and just, help out those cows?
Yeah,
the cows right there, those flames out in the distance. And, they also know something's up. They're trying to get as far away from those flames as possible.
Right.
Michael tells us the fire likely didn't reach these cows, but in other places, livestock not so lucky.
And he talked to a rancher who said that he lost at least 50 head of cattle. And, we want to let you know that later this morning, the Oklahoma Forestry Service, they're meeting at 9 o'clock, kind of get everybody together, give us the very latest information. We're told today going to be much worse than Thursday. And of course, we saw what happened on Thursday. And like Shelby said, winds are not going anywhere over the weekend. Of course, we'll be there at 9 a.m. and bring you the very latest. We will stay out there as long as these fires are burning. This picture was sent to us on Facebook showing this smoke that filled the skies in Enid. We want to thank Becky for sending us this picture. If you have pictures and can safely take a picture, send them to the KOCO Mobile News app, or you can always send them to us on Facebook and Twitter. Gives us a little extra perspective of where you are, what you are seeing.
Urgent situation happening right now. We continue to follow a stolen SUV with 2 kids, a 4-year-old and an 8-month-old child inside.
Right now, police searching for a gray Nissan Armada. KOCO's Christine Stanwood live on scene on the southwest side. And Christine, what are you learning at this point?
Well, Jessica, I can tell you this just after being positioned where the scene is active right now. In the last 30 seconds, 2 police cruisers went southbound on Agnew. So there's some more activity going on beyond this scene. But I want to have you take a look. More officers are still on scene. I tried to speak with the family briefly, but they're still obviously emotional and shaken up over what happened. Here's what we do know. That 4-door Armada that you may see over Sky 5 with a 4-year-old and 8-month-old in the back seat. This is a critical situation as police try to search for that vehicle. We're still waiting on more specifics from a lieutenant. We're getting more information. Take a look here. Police getting ready to prepare for.
Okay, Christine, we got to cut in. Okay, what you're seeing here looks like they've got the suspect in custody. Jess, you just showed me that is a gray Nissan Armada.
It is, and it looks like the driver stepped out, threw some stuff out onto the road, and police just
look at the babies.
You see one child right there.
Bless,
we know a 4-year-old and an 8-month-old. Thank goodness these kids
look to be okay, unharmed. We're still waiting to see. So that looks to be the 4-year-old.
So
we're still waiting on the 8-month-old. You're seeing the suspect being taken away. If you're just now joining us, an SUV was stolen from Southwest 15th and Agnew with 2 young children inside. This is Sky 5. We're watching this with you.
Let's see if we can get Sky 5. I want to see and make sure that this baby is okay as well, if we can pan back over as well. So we see a suspect in custody, and there are 2 children in that SUV. We saw the 4-year-old, the toddler, was taken out of the car, hugging that police officer, and we're waiting to see the latest with this 8-month-old baby. So Sky 5's panning back over, and let's see if we have a baby in the arms of. That's the 4-year-old, and now you see another child as well that a police officer is holding.
Oh, there's the other child. Okay.
So that is good. That is a sigh of relief for so many people. Obviously, the family. This mother had the car running at an area at Southwest 15th and Agnew, and all of a sudden, someone jumped in and took off with her children right there in the back seat. And this has been going on for what, 45 minutes?
Close to an hour at this point. We first started hearing the calls around 5:30. What you're seeing here is a huge relief for everyone involved. 2 safe children, 4-year-old, 8-month-old. We saw the suspect. He surrendered, no problem, taken into custody. But this after a lengthy time that mother was without her children. She actually tried to follow that car, tried to follow it herself when she noticed it was stolen with her children inside. She lost them, and I can't imagine what she was feeling. Can we ask Chase where exactly he is? I'm just curious how far away this suspect got from Southwest 15th and Agnew to where they are now, because it's been going on close to an hour at this point. Where is Sky 5 at this very time? Madison, if you can see his location, just east.
I lost him. I lost IFP.
Okay, so you heard Chase. He can't hear us right now, so we're going to try to get to him. Damon is tracking the location. So say the location for us, Damon.
They're at Agnew and 15th.
Agnew and 15th.
Oh, so close. Okay.
Right, so Southwest 15th and Agnew is a location where this vehicle was stolen and the kids were taken. So that's right in the same area. It looks like a neighborhood right there. And look at all of the police cars that were after this suspect. Thank goodness we were able to see those babies taken out, and we're zooming in at the cross street. Youngs.
Southwest 15th and Youngs. Okay, thank you, Sky 5, for that. Southwest 15th and Youngs, so really not terribly far, Jess, from where this originally took place. We saw the suspect taken into custody. He immediately popped it when he knew that he had been got, essentially. He hopped out of the car, arms up. He went down, and those officers swarmed him. And the first thing too, get those babies out of the car. 4-year-old. And 8-month-old, 19th
and Youngs. Yeah, as soon as, it looks like when Sky 5 was on there, as soon as they got up to him, he just opened the door. Well, he threw something.
It looked like he had something in his hand.
He put something on that he threw down onto the road there below. So Southwest 19th and Youngs. It all started at 15th and Agnew. No doubt. This mother, surely police are in contact with her right now and letting her know the good news that her babies have been found. Police are searching through this SUV that was stolen at least 45 minutes, perhaps an hour ago. They've been looking in this area of southwest Oklahoma City and finally able to get these babies to a safe place and also get a suspect in custody right now.
And you saw how that 4-year-old was clinging to that officer. You know, at that age, you got to wonder what was going through their mind. Unbelievable. And Jess, this really couldn't have ended any better. You know, it's been going on for so long. You start to worry what has happened to those children. Thankfully, you just watched live from Sky 5. The kids are okay.
They are okay. It was amazing how quickly it all ended with police charging this SUV with their guns drawn. They wanted to make sure that they got to those kids and make sure that they were safe. So this situation wrapping up, coming to an end. I say wrapping up, but still we're going to learn some more details on exactly who this guy is and why he took off in this vehicle in the first place. And we'll be following those details for you coming up right here on KOCO. Right now, we want to talk a little bit about the weather situation because we got some storm chances tonight, Damon.